Good morning, and thank you for joining me for today's midweek reflection. Today is Ash Wednesday, the first day in the season of Lent, that time of the year in the Christian calendar when we reflect upon Jesus being thrust out into the wilderness and suffering all manner of temptations, just as we all do as human beings. Lent's often a time when people will take on some kind of a penance. So they will often ask one another, what are you giving up for Lent? I think it's a season that's very greatly misunderstood by many, and especially those outside of the church. I think they can see it as a time when there's this sort of a collective let's all be miserable for Jesus, as if somehow suffering is good in itself. But Lent's something so much bigger and more exciting than that, because Lent's an opportunity to go deeper into the love of God. Lent's a chance for us to make space for our spiritual selves and not just our physical selves. It's an opportunity to understand that we're fundamentally not bad as people. We're good, and we have the capacity to be better. We have it within ourselves to try to make better choices in life. This year, this Lent, and especially this week, we cannot help but be painfully aware of events that are happening on the other side of our own continent. And we ask ourselves, what on earth must it be like? What will it be like this Lent for thousands of Orthodox Christians and Catholic Christians in Ukraine whose lives have been turned into complete chaos and turmoil? And I expect many of you, like me, will look upon the things that we're seeing on our television screens at the moment and have a strange kind of feeling of powerlessness, a sense of being numbed by the horror of it, and asking ourselves, what can we do? What on earth can we do? And I don't think there's a sort of neat, quick, easy answer to that. But perhaps one way we can respond is by seeking to be a bit more engaged, seeking to be more compassionate as people, trying to be more aware of the needs of the world around us, and to understand that we are a more interconnected and a more interdependent world than we ever have been. So try to see this Lent as an opportunity for you. By all means, take on some kind of a penance, especially if that's something that's going to help you to focus your heart and your mind. But above all, try and understand that it's a chance to go deeper into God. And there are many, many different ways you can do that practically. One way that many people will choose to do that is by meeting together with others and reflecting, talking, thinking about our place in this world in the light of the Christian faith. And that's why many people will join Lent groups, which are happening all over Hitchin and in lots and lots of other places. And if you decide to do that, I've no doubt you'll find a very, very warm welcome there. Most of all, let's try to remember that we have a God who will help us, a God who does stand alongside us against all that is evil, all that is unjust, and all that is dark in this world. And his love does triumph in the end. The hymn I've chosen for today is Dear Lord and Father of Mankind, forgive our foolish ways.